Okay, so
Yeah,
welcome
wait.
to
Oh,
another. Yeah, we're recording, dear.
I was expecting a bigger thing to say it was recording. I was just dancing our way in for the YouTube viewers.
Okay, so
already started.
welcome to another episode of the Traveling Groomers podcast with your host, Mary Oquendo and Chris Bear Anthony. And
That's
I'm
me.
the responsible one here drinking bottled water.
Hint water. How can water taste just like fruit? Oh, I don't know why I love that commercial so much.
I don't know, but it's actually, and we should get like a sponsorship for them. I think we have enough commercials.
Yeah, we have enough commercials, but
Yeah.
YouTube needs more commercials. I don't know.
It's the best flavored water.
It is good. It is good.
A little expensive. So, next time I go to Costco, I might look for a cheaper alternative. And then I'll be like, oh man, this stuff sucks. And I have an entire case of it.
You know what? I got a Soda Stream.
No.
Do you not like carbonated water?
I like carbonated water.
But here's what I thought was going to happen. Because I got the Soda Stream and I got a whole bunch of the little bubbly, the flavor drops for it.
Right.
And I discovered I just like it plain so much that I do make some sodas with it. Like every so often I'll have Diet Dr. Pete or whatever the thing is. But I actually am drinking more water.
Oh yeah, don't say that. Don't say anything to Angie about that.
I did.
Or did you?
I did. I said they have their Dr. Pepper knockoff. I wonder if Dr. Pepper makes real ones. Wait, you say don't say anything to Angie, like she's not going to hear it? Do you expect me to edit that shit out?
No.
Oh, well then.
It was sort of meant more like sarcastically.
Okay, that makes a little more sense there.
A little more sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris here thinks I got a new haircut, and no, I did not. But this is what my hair looks like when somebody blow dries it.
Oh, okay. I like it better when you do it.
Yeah.
I like it better when you do it.
We don't do this except a couple times a year when I get my hair done and colored, and then she has to make a big deal of blow drying. I said, you don't have to blow dry. It's fine. I'll just it'll be fine. And she's like, no. I'm like, okay. Being on the other end of the grooming stick, so to speak.
Oh.
You will do what I tell you to do, and you will like it.
And you're like, I can just wash it when I get home, whatever.
So anyway, we have topics tonight, correct?
Theoretically, we have topics tonight. This is not as structured as when Susie does it.
Oh God, no.
Oh, wait, that's another top I'm going to write down.
So last week's episode was, it
was supersized.
It was a supersized episode. We did it with Susie from the Groom Pod and Chrissy Newmeyer Smith from Grooming Great Dogs. And you know what? I think she pretty much kept us on topic.
She did. She's very, very good at it. And that's one of the topics that I wrote down that Mary doesn't even know that I wrote down.
I have no idea what we're talking about
today. That before we even get into our first scheduled digression, there are so many new grooming podcasts popping up.
Yes.
I'm very excited. I am very excited. And look, I know I may not be everyone's cup of tea. That's okay. I've heard people say the Groom Pod wasn't their cup of tea, and then they started listening to it later because they're like, no, it really is great. Anywho, I digress.
We can't digress until we actually have topics to digress to or digress from.
The topic is new podcasts, new grooming industry podcasts, because I believe we have a guest scheduled shortly who's trying to break into it. So we're going to have a upcoming podcast that is about podcasts. I know Aaron Martin
Is doing one,
is
yes.
going to do one. I know we have the Grooming on the Spectrum
Yep.
that's coming up. Shit on the Table started, they took a break for a while, but they started putting up episodes again.
Okay. You have River Lee, Savvy
Oh,
Groomer.
yes.
There's Groom House puts on a couple, I believe.
Mhm.
And I'm sure
That
there's more.
Did River Lee officially change it to the Savvy Groomer
I believe she did.
from Greedy Bitch? I kind of like Greedy Bitch, but I'm special.
I don't know. She may have both.
Okay.
I like Greedy Bitch too, to be honest.
One of my friends is is having an event, and I keep seeing this pop up on Facebook, and it's Prohibition River Live. And I keep reading it as Prohibition River Lee. Like every time I see it, and I staring, I'm like, where did the prohibition come from? Like it really took me a day because I didn't click on it. I just looked at it quick and I'm like, why does River Lee have prohibition? What is she doing? A special on something? Yeah. It's not her. It's not even. It's bad.
Oh, well.
My brain does bad things. Anyway. But that's really, really, really exciting because I think so many of us have knowledge to share.
I think so too. And you know what? It isn't that difficult I mean, and obviously, if you go to some of our early episodes, you'll see that it's really not that difficult.
Thank
Yes,
God Laura helped. And we got some editing.
We got a little editing. We got real mics.
We got real
Here's
mics.
mine. I'll pull it closer so you know everybody can see it. Yeah. So it's not that difficult to start. You need a platform. So what the platforms do is the platforms get you out into where people listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
So you don't your platform is not like Google Play or iHeartRadio. That's not the platform, right? Platform is where your podcasts live. Okay. And then they stream it out or they farm it out to the podcast platforms, meaning iHeartRadio, Apple Play, Google Play, whatever all of them. You have to activate that. So they just won't automatically do it.
You have to tell them where you want it.
Because there may be a platform you don't want it on. So you have to go in and it's very easy. Follow the directions, and that's what you pay for that particular platform. And there's a lot of them. Okay. We use Spreaker, but there's Podcast Bean. There's a lot of them.
I don't even know.
Take my word for it. There's a lot of them. Okay. But you just want to make sure that they have the capabilities of going to the biggies, and the biggies are Google Play, Apple Radio, or whatever they call it, iHeartRadio. Those are probably the three biggies. All right.
I think it's just Apple Podcasts.
Whatever they call
it. Yeah.
All right. As long as if they're going to those three, they're going to others. We're actually on Amazon Play or whatever they call that. And now on YouTube.
Now I have to focus now. I'm not used to us being on YouTube. I'm used to it being so audio only that I'm like, I can do my nails and let me do that. And I'm used to doing a little multitasking. And I'm like, oh shit, Mary's actually putting this on YouTube now. I have to focus.
Yeah.
And pay better attention. God damn it. I pay attention and I just don't look like I pay attention. That's why there's going to be a lot more fidget toys happening to help keep me focused. Doing just one thing at a time is so difficult. It's very difficult. For me
So
anyway.
we're, like I said, we're very excited about seeing the new different types of podcasts that are coming out there. And we will have them all as guests
Yay.
if they want.
I would love that. I hope they want. Oh, Mary, I have a question.
Yes.
Did you look at the time when we started recording?
Yes, 6:36.
Okay, cool. So we can do 5 more minutes before we can take
Yeah.
a commercial. All right. So
Did not totally make up that number, but go ahead.
Mary, I try
What?
so hard to like space out our commercials properly. And you're like, I made that shit up. I'm like, God damn
Okay. So anyway,
it. Anyway, so you finished Whole 30. You lived.
yeah,
Did
actually,
you
before we talk
stab
about
anyone?
that,
Uh-huh.
let's take a commercial break before we go into the whole 30.
Okay, that is our first digression of the day.
And we're back.
And we're back. I don't know why I make the weird clicky sounds. I just edit them out later because when
At
I'm
some
listening,
point, we will get a soundboard and you guys will actually get to hear our commercials on YouTube, and not just us dancing our heads back and forth. So, but anyway.
Make my editing life so much easier. Oh,
All
anyway.
right. So for those who know, I did the whole 30, and I did the whole 30 because I was concerned about my health. All right. So I do my blood work every single year, and everything's still within the norm, but it's at the high norm now. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't take medication. And I'm like, really
You want
glad
to
I
keep it that way.
kind of want to keep it that way. Okay. I am not really good with taking medication. All right. If I'm on an antibiotic for something, it is a struggle for me to make sure I take that entire prescription. And to be on a prescription all the time is going to be problematic. You might as well just get the shovel and the headstone and just plop me up in the
Aw.
backyard somewhere, because I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it on a regular basis. And so that's going to be a problem. But anyway, so Whole 30. So what Whole 30 is that it literally only thing you can eat on Whole 30 is basically what falls under the heading of whole foods. So meats, vegetables, and fruits. That's what you got.
But it didn't do all vegetables because you said no beans.
Beans is still its own category. Is beans a vegetable?
I'm going to say they're vegetables, but let me see what Google says.
Go see what Google says about that.
Oh.
Is it not considered a legume?
No, a legume is a very specific type of bean. Not all beans are legumes.
Okay.
Peanuts are a legume, and there are some things, but okay, according to healthline.com, unlike other types of vegetables, beans are often considered to be part of the protein food group too, but that does say they are vegetables.
Okay, but beans are not allowed on the thing, and it has something to do with what causes inflammation in the body. So anything that is considered inflammatory, and beans fall under that, because don't forget, people have peanut allergies.
But that's not a bean, that's a legume. That's different.
I don't make up the rules for this, okay? I just follow the rules.
Okay.
So for 30 days, that's what you can eat. You can also have eggs. Okay. So I ate a lot of eggs. And I did. It's also and no sugar. So it's no sugar in your diet. You know how many foods
have sugar, have added sugar.
Almost
By the way,
anything that's processed or comes from a fast food restaurant has sugar in it.
By the way, I'm going to quote a Saturday Night Live sketch.
Go ahead.
Because I am reading here that this one place says, although technically a separate food group known as legumes, beans are very similar to vegetables, but I'm going to say, I don't know about that.
Anyway, them's the rules. So I survived the 30 days. I didn't kill anyone. I had like on day 3, like a massive headache. And I read, and somewhere in the book I read about over-the-counter medicine. So I went and checked and I couldn't take my Tylenol for the headache
Ooh.
because it contains something in there that's on the do not eat list.
Oh boy.
So I lost 4 pounds. So, but it's not a diet about weight loss. And they are very clear on that because they want you to break old food habits. And unfortunately, sometimes the way you do that, or the most of the time, the way you do that is just by eating what you can eat.
At least you get to eat everything that you can eat. And I'm so sorry that I started this. Now I'm down a rabbit hole on what are legumes versus beans. I'm just
Okay. So there's things that I will probably not be adding back into my diet. All right. Because
Oh, like what?
Okay, like mostly the pastas and the rices. I did not miss them at all this entire 30 days. And I find when I was eating them, I was overeating them. Okay.
Okay.
I probably will not add a whole lot of bread into my diet. So bread might be reserved for going out to a really good restaurant that has a really great bread.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
surprised to find out that I actually like hamburgers on a lettuce wrap.
I actually do also like burgers on the lettuce wrap.
I did not
really
think
do.
that was
They have to do it right. It has to be like enough lettuce, because if it's like one wimpy leaf, it's meh. If it's a nice bit of lettuce, then it's like crunch and like clean, crisp, nice, and then the juicy burger.
Yeah.
Very good.
So one of the benefits, so they have what is called like non-scale victories. So they're telling you don't weigh yourself and don't look at the scale because that's not an indicator of your health. All right. So one of my non-scale victories is the fact that my balance is better.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I think that was a little weird. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
So I'm not falling over when I put my pants on in the morning.
That's also good. Yeah.
But the thing is, doing these type of diets, no matter what diet is that I had a really good conversation with my daughter, who's a physician assistant. And she says so many of her patients, when they try to do things, they give up too soon because they don't see like immediate results, but then they don't realize that what they were doing was not a failure, that they cut their sugar by like 25%, and that's a win.
Oh, that's a huge one.
So
Because once you get used to it, if you start to add it in back, you can do a little, and a little sugar, if you're used to having none, tastes super sweet.
oh yeah. So today, when this is being recorded, was the first day that I was done with it. First thing I did this morning is the brand is Jenny's, and they make coconut macaroons. This one's got chocolate with goji berries in it. And I had one. And 6 months ago, I would have had 4 or 5. And I had
But now
one.
you had one and you're like, oh my God, that was enough. That was sweet. I can't even think of having another.
Exactly. So it's now got to take in these food habits and doing something with them.
So are you glad you did it?
Yeah, I'm glad I did it. You know what? I
Okay.
wasn't totally happy the entire time I was doing it because it was foods I was missing.
Yeah.
And the fact that I couldn't have birthday cake on my birthday because I was on day 23
So when are you having your birthday?
tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
So
Nice.
wherever my husband and I go out to lunch with a restaurant we pick, it's going to one that has dessert.
One that's known for a good dessert.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, I just remembered the other topic that I didn't tell you about that I wrote down that we're going to get to. So I'm like, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we should, before we switch topics, hit another
Hit another
commercial.
commercial break. That's good enough.
Yeah.
I actually listened to the episode, so I don't need to search for big, not that, yeah, you know what I mean. I don't need to
Yeah.
search for big
Unfortunately, when I
breaks.
record mobile, the women petpreneurs, we need a gap. We need
Yeah.
a big gap.
So I had a very interesting discussion with an allergist the other day
Okay.
because I am on a low key mission. And I say low key because it's both super important and not like high priority, top on my list, banging a drum every second about it. But my mission is for doctors to know about groomer's lung.
Yeah.
And I was very pleased because the allergist he didn't fully, like, groomer's lung isn't even a thing yet. It's what we call it. But he did know hypersensitivity pneumonisis. And we had a good discussion on that. So that's something that your general doctor may not know. They may have to look into it. Your allergist may not know. It's more of a pulmonologist thing, like a lung specialist thing. But it is a condition caused when you breathe in a specific substance or allergen that triggers an allergic reaction in your body. You may not be allergic to it. I showed up, nothing came up on my allergy tests, Mary, which was kind of annoying. And my lungs were even acting fine. Like I was having some good breathing days, so the lung tests came out good. But you can ask Mindy and my husband how I sound first thing in the morning and sometimes late at night. It does not sound like someone who has zero asthma and zero lung issues. Like,
All right. So
Chicago was bad.
until the medical science catches up with us.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we do to prevent that? Especially mobile and household. We're working in enclosed spaces.
Wear a damn mask. Even if all you do is wear a mask when you're blowing out the dogs, because one of the causes for this is animal dander. And even just on the American Lung Association website, it talks about animal dander. And the allergist I went to knew about it because they called it like bird fancier's lung or pigeon fancier's lung, because there's certain there's certain things in animal feathers that causes this very regularly. Because you have 10 birds in your house, you're really into exotic birds, you're not wearing a mask in your house 24/7. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But for us, definitely wear a mask.
If you don't, not sure whether or not what we're saying has any merit. So the next time you blow dry a dog, take a white paper towel, tape it up to like just near where the dog is, blow dry the dog. And then at the end of the day, take a look at that white paper towel and see what that looks like. Because what was
Mhm.
blown onto the paper towel is what's being blown into your lungs.
Yep.
Not only through your lungs, through your nose, through your eyes, into your
Yep.
ears, whatever is opened on your body.
Yep. How many of you have done oh, and I used to do this. I don't do this anymore because just all the dander and everything flying around is too disgusting. How many of you have blown out a dog when you're gonna do a de-shed before you even put him in the tub? And you just have that white filth all over you, the coating of dirt and dander that has come off that dog.
Yeah.
Not only are you breathing that in, but if you work in a salon and you're in the bathing area while other people are blow drying, you're just because you're not standing next to the dog doing the blow drying yourself doesn't mean you're not breathing that in.
How many of us have watched the videos of someone pulling a hair out of their eyeball?
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah.
You know,
So
when my first van, when I had brought it down to Hamby and they were like gutting it out and redoing it for me, they took the walls off, right? And in the walls, and I kept saying, Curtis, take a picture for me. Well, he never did. He was like pulling out. Now, this is walls, which I have no access to. Okay.
the
That were
hairs get everywhere.
that there literally was this great layer of insulation in those walls because of all the hair that was back there in the walls, in the space between the walls. All
And
right.
we're not saying that they were gaps or anything. Everything was tight and ship shape.
Yep.
It's just, yeah, guys, when you're mobile, just not even at the end of the day, after you blow dry a dog, just drag your fingers along that plastic wall of the van, the metal
Yeah.
something, just all that gunk. Ugh. And if it is not detected early and you continue to be exposed to the allergen because you just keep working because we love our job, it can sometimes cause permanent lung scarring called pulmonary fibrosis. So we don't want any of that. We absolutely don't. There are over 300 different substances that have been known to cause this. Animal dander is 100% one of them.
Okay.
So just because you're not allergic to it doesn't mean it can't cause issues. Please wear your mask. I used to be the first one to say, I have glasses, they fog up, I don't want them. Well, 2020 taught me I absolutely could, and it's fine. All
Yeah.
right.
There's a way to manipulate it. And there's something you can spray on the glasses. Don't ask me what it is.
Yeah,
Help
I
you.
haven't tried that. I just
Yeah. I haven't tried it either because I don't need glasses for like up close. I just need glasses for driving. So when I was in the supermarket, I didn't need to wear my glasses.
yeah, I need glasses for like life. Just everything. All right. Was that enough of a soapbox?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. But it was really nice that the doctor, even though he didn't go, yeah, groomer's lung is a thing, that he knew about this. I felt very heard. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, even though nothing came up on my tests, he gave me directions to go in. He's like, definitely pulmonologists can measure your lung capacity. Everything sounds fine now. Of course, because I was having a great day. Arr.
Okay.
But
So anyway, watch your health. Okay. Because when they do our autopsies, they don't want to like cut us open and then like be pulling out wads of hair.
I feel like I should do that. I feel like I should just put that in my will that I want my lungs cut open just to check, just to
See how much hair is there.
just to see how much hair. Because I mean, I have started wearing my mask, so who knows? It might not be that bad. I don't want to put pressure on our some of our
Yeah, because
people in our industry who have been doing it longer. I'm not naming names because I don't want to pressure them, because that's very personal what you do with your body after you die. I'm not going to be, I'm really, really not going to be all, you should do. No, you do you and your family's wishes. That's what you do.
okay. Okay.
It was the weirdest tangent ever. That was
Yeah, I'm
only
like a little lost by
slightly,
that one there.
I'm only slightly morbid. Well, I don't want anybody, we have other people in our industry who've been doing it longer than I, who are outspoken about this. And I don't want anyone to be like, oh, Chris said you should donate your body to science. I did fucking not. No. No such thing. Anywho.
Okay. Moving it along.
Moving right along. Do. Footloose and fancy free. That's all I'm singing, because don't sue me.
Oh, because now there's going to
Yes.
be a copyright check, Chris. Thanks a lot.
Oh, I just not now. I was singing my happy song.
Okay. All right. Moving it along. What you got next there on your list?
I have a funny story,
Okay.
and I'm going to tell it, and then we will take another break and then go to our topic of holiday self-care.
Okay.
But it relates to that. So hubby and I were at a tricky tray the other day, and
I don't what?
okay, I was just about to say, for people in other parts of the country, a basket raffle.
Okay, that I get. What did you
Yes,
call it?
I called it a tricky tray. I have no idea where it came from. That's
I've
what
never heard that before. And listen, I grew up in New York, okay, which is not that far from New Jersey.
no. But if you just put in tricky tray, it comes how to run a successful tricky tray fundraiser. A guide to successful tricky tray fundraisers for nonprofit. Tricky
Oh.
trays, also known as penny social, penny sales, lucky number dinners, chance auctions. And I'm not going to say the last name because it's what I knew it as when I was a kid, but it is really politically incorrect. But it's basically
Okay.
a basket raffle.
Okay. So most people will know it's a basket raffle.
Okay, and in the comments, tell us where you're from and what you know it as, because I want to know if this is a regional thing or not. Anywho.
Okay, there's a website called trickytray.com.
I'm sure. See? Upcoming Tricky Trays, New Jersey, 2022. Tricky Tray near me. Tricky Tray events. Tricky Tray PA. Tricky Tray websites. I didn't make it up. That's all you need to know. It has nothing to do with the story. Anyway, we were at this thing. And Cause for Paws, our local pet rescue group, they put on one every year in the fall, and it is fantastic. They have the best baskets, and there's 3 levels of prizes. But for example, in just the lowest tier of prizes, I won a big bedspread, a comforter with like 2 pillows that all matching, that was like Juicy Couture. I don't even like Juicy. It just looked warm. So I put a couple of tickets in because I'm like, that looks warm. I'll put it in. But I went crazy because this is our one big event that hubby and I go to every year, and they have a dinner. And I went crazy and bought too many tickets. But as I'm going through, I saw this big basket with bath bombs in it. And it was all like bath stuff and, for like the spa day. And I walked past this sucker like 3 times because we've had this discussion. I don't make the time for it. And I need to. Clearly, I need to, because the third go round, I finally threw a couple tickets in there. So we're sitting at the table and they're reading it off. And I go, I threw a couple in here. I almost didn't because I figured it'd take me forever to use it. Well, I guess if I win this one, this is the universe telling me I really need to. Oh my God, that's my number.
Yeah, here's the thing, right? I mean, I like basket raffles,
Uh-huh.
but I don't do them when I'm with one daughter in particular, because it's the only time I ever win is when she's at the same thing I'm at.
Uh-huh.
And every time I win something, she looks at it and she goes, "Oh, that's awesome," and then takes it. And it becomes hers. And I'm like, "Ooh, I won this." And the next thing I know, it's gone. And in my daughter's little shopping cart thing.
Well, that sounds like someone is not setting proper boundaries
Well, obviously.
with their child. I'm not going to use the word spoiled at all because I know you and I know that's not true.
Oh no, my kids are not spoiled.
But I'm just going to say that's a boundary issue. So yeah, literally it just left my mouth. Well, if I win this, I guess this is the universe saying I need to do more self-care. Boom, my number. I'm like, wow. Wow. Usually the universe beats me over the head in not a positive way, but it still has to beat me over the head. So yeah.
Well,
I
have
still
fun with it.
I still have not used any of the bath bombs, but it did come with one of those crazy foot peels. Like it had some other stuff in it. You know the ones I'm talking about, right, Mary? Have you seen those?
Be more specific.
All right, you put this booty on your foot
Yeah,
and
okay. Yes.
and then in a week your foot looks like disgusting, like you're turning into a zombie and dying and all your skin is coming off. And then your foot's all beautiful and smooth because you just shed like a lizard.
Yeah, they're like those foot detox things.
Yes. I did use that. So I am just waiting to enter the lizard phase.
Okay. All right. Yes, and we do not need a photo of that.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure we could all use our
Okay.
imagination.
Okay. I'll keep you posted. I sent you a picture of the basket though, so you can
I saw that.
attach it.
However, maybe on the Patreon, somebody wants to see your shedding feet and willing to pay for it. Might get that.
Mary, wait, Mary, before you volunteer me, I am fully aware that there is a market for foot pics on the internet and they're not for the low tier, not that our Patreon levels are low tier, but you know what? If I'm going to sell foot pics online, they're going to be pricey. I'm just saying.
Okay. So maybe we'll take orders.
We'll take orders. I'll look and see, if it's
What
a
the going
$10 a
rate
month.
is?
I'll see what the going rate is. I'm going to pretend I've never looked it up before. I'll say maybe if someone's got a $10 a month Patreon, they can get some foot pics of my shedding feet.
I think maybe more than that.
Well, no, that comes out to like over $100 a year. So
Well, then maybe they should be upfront because maybe there should be a special level.
there's a special level. There's a foot pic Patreon level.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound skeezy like at all. There's like OnlyFans for feet. What? Like,
Yeah, you may want to go over there and just check what the going rate is.
oh, I love that we're having this conversation. And I also love that I know myself enough to know
Just gonna
exactly
Google it right after we get off
where
the
my
phone.
boundaries are. And my boundaries are, I'm okay with foot pics. There are worse ways to make money. They're my feet. They don't do it for me. I know they do it for some people.
Okay.
Wow, wow.
So before one last
That
thought on that
was
before we go to commercial. Did you see the House of Dragons episode? You know,
I don't watch House of Dragons.
okay,
I
there is an
don't.
episode
Uh-huh.
in which feet are prominently displayed.
Are they chopped off? I want to say they're either.
No, no, I'm not even going to tell you. There's going to be people who are shaking their head yes right now.
Did you
tell you
see
that
the
right now.
movie? Was it the movie Bridesmaids? Where one of the women, her specialty was doing something with her feet. Okay, never mind. I don't recall if it was 100% that movie or not, but no, I don't think it was Bridesmaids. Maybe it was.
Yeah, because I like the movie Bridesmaid. I'm drawing a blank on that particular scene.
Okay. I'm pretty sure. Oh, damn it. I'm gonna have to ask Cam what that movie was.
Okay. All right. Commercial break.
Would that be number 3?
That'd be number 3.
Oh, I counted correctly. And we're back. I had pasta for dinner, so I'm like, let me open up a nice red wine. That's what that's about.
Okay. What's next on your list there?
So that whole story, there was a purpose for it, and it wasn't 100% a digression. I know I missed the live stream this week, but this episode will be airing the week
Yeah, we're
after
gonna be no.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that again.
Well, okay, wait, that is on. We will talk about that because that's on my list, and I have a good reason why.
Okay, because we're not recording the week of Thanksgiving, and then we're gonna be down an episode.
I know we're not recording the week of Thanksgiving and we'll be down an episode. However, so I can check this off my list of topics. However, Susie's is already up on YouTube.
Okay.
Chrissy Newmeyer Smith is already up on YouTube.
Yep.
Do we want our listeners to get it like last 2-3 weeks after everybody else?
No.
It's going to be old news by then. We
No,
got to
it's
stay on
not.
top of things. Yeah.
It's gonna bring it right back up to the forefront again.
I don't know. I don't know. Thanksgiving special. I do know we'll be down an episode, but Thanksgiving special. I don't know.
You have to consider that it is a holiday and perhaps people are cooking. This is not necessarily.
People don't listen to things while they're cooking.
Yeah, but you know what? There might be little kids running around, inappropriate topics for little kids.
I'm trying to see how bad I was.
I don't remember, so I can't give you.
Well, I tell you what. Since this is a 4-person thing where I'm editing and cleaning up sound, if I get it done Sunday night, and if it's PG, then we will revisit putting it up Thanksgiving, the 23rd.
Okay.
We will.
But then I need it Sunday night.
Yeah, I'm aware. Not Monday morning, Sunday night.
Correct, Sunday night.
So before 11:50 my time. No, actually, before 2 in the morning my time, because 11 o'clock still Sunday night. I'm such a bitch.
Okay, Sunday night your time.
Okay, so 11:50. Before midnight. Because after midnight is Monday morning. Mary looks like, oh, see, now I'm glad we're on YouTube because you get to see the looks. I thought it would be great to have a Thanksgiving episode and a special. And honestly, I don't want ours to be the very last one up.
It's already the last one up.
Well, yeah, but the last one by a week is different than 3.
It's still the last one up. And seeing the way that I'm looking at it is that, all everyone who forgot to listen to it because they were busy with the holidays will be, oh yeah.
But Susie's is up on YouTube. It's not up on the podcast thing yet. Right?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm going to
I
tell
don't
you.
listen to the podcast.
Shameful. Let me see. Where's
I
my
was
library?
there.
See, that's how I know I can just edit stuff in. I can just do things. Oh, Greedy Bitch is still up. See, updated Friday. See, it's not, the Groom Pods is not up yet on the podcast. It's just up on YouTube.
Get it to me by Sunday night.
Okay. Okie dokie. Sunday night, and I'll do some stuff, pardon me. I had a big dinner. I'll do some promoting Wednesday.
Okay,
Because I don't have a bad Wednesday, which I'm grateful for. I don't have a day I'm going to be working late and then coming home and making the cranberry orange relish.
Yeah, my daughter
And the
tells me she's
pies.
going Black Friday shopping while I'm up there visiting her. And that means for them leaving at 3:00 in the morning to go grab breakfast in a diner first and then go shopping. And I'll see you when you get back.
Yeah, my mom did that one year. I don't think she did the getting up at 3 a.m., but she hit the stores by like 6, and I don't need anything that badly.
No, I don't need anything that badly either.
Although, no, I take it back. There's one thing that I would probably do it for is I want to get this is the height of laziness. I know, shut up. But I want to get a small folding grooming table to keep folded like behind the big chair, comfy chair in my living room, so that Alaric can go to table boot camp.
Oh, yes. Hold on,
And
I have to send my husband a text to come get his dog.
okay. But even though I have a table in my car, if I'm already in my pajamas, I may be like, well, I could work with him on the table for 5 minutes, but I don't want to go out in my car and pull out the table and pull. If it's there, I'll be more likely to do it.
Okay, so you got yourself a standard poodle.
I got myself a standard poodle.
And you know what? And I'm really happy for you. However,
You're laughing at me in short hair dog.
yes,
You're laughing in min pin.
because here we go. Here we got for those for our YouTubes. Look who we have here. We have Boo Bear. I know you judge a good boy. You know what he is? He's
A bath dog.
He's a short-coated dog. All of my dogs are short-coated dogs.
Yeah.
And they're all small enough too. Hold on. They're all, look at that freaking light behind me. And they're all small enough to actually come into the shower with me or dump into the kitchen sink.
Yeah, I can't wait for my garage to be finished. I think I talked to hubby about it today. I think if I can actually get the garage somewhat insulated and soundproofed, I will move my office down there. So it will be both my office and my grooming room. And I can give him his man cave back. I will have my cave. Yeah, it's going to be my man cave. I don't care. I'm not gender specific like that. I know I'm a woman, but it's my cave. Rawr, 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 rawr. I have my groomer cave, and he can have up here again. And then I'll record, and then I won't have to walk upstairs and be up a flight of stairs and across the house from the bathroom. because that's not cool. Yeah.
Okay. So where were
Anyway,
we?
we were taking another commercial break because we had a whole I had a whole topic and you were like, it got taken over the other topic. It wasn't really digressed because I had why Thanksgiving written down on my list.
Okay.
So we'll take another break. And we're back. By the way, Mary,
Yes.
I'd like to point out that we've been at this a while. And once I edit episode number 187, creating great traveling groom pods, I will officially close this book. This entire notebook is podcast notes.
I'm
And I
glad
know
one of us was taking notes.
they're not the best notes, but they're an attempt. I really
They're
try.
better than 0 notes.
They're better than 0 notes. And I at least have down like an order commercials go in, keep track of, only if I write it down, the commercials we take, all of that good stuff. So we are transitioning to the new notebook. Where's the glare?
There you go.
My torrid notebook. My little breast cancer awareness Rosie the Riveter. Because in case you didn't know, Mary, I absolutely love Rosie the Riveter.
I did not know that.
Absolutely love Rosie the Riveter. And I have seen as a tattoo Wonder Woman in the Rosie pose. And I've really thought about getting it because, as you can see, I also love me some Wonder Woman. So,
Okay.
Anyway, so this is momentous because this is the first episode we are recording that I am taking notes in the new notebook. So our second full notebook of episodes, and I'm happy with us.
Very good.
All right. Anyway, but real topic was holiday self-care, because that entire story about winning that basket at the Tricky Tray was about holiday self-care.
Okay.
So what are some things you always did for yourself during this crazy time?
I
of
didn't
year?
make myself crazy. That would be number one. Okay. The schedule stayed the schedule. Once I got over that stupidity on my part, and I do call it stupidity because I was that mobile groomer, okay, who's working until 11 o'clock at night, trying to get everybody in for the holidays. So yeah, I was that groomer. That makes for a miserable holiday because you're tired, you're exhausted. All right. You still have to clean a van at 11 o'clock at night, unless,
Yeah.
there's like no time spent with the family because you're working or you're outright exhausted. Never mind trying to actually shop for presents or cook meals or any of that. Okay. So my clients are on a schedule. They were on a schedule. They stayed on the schedule. And for the most part, they didn't really divert too much for it. So like around September, end of October, depending, I would start letting them know, hey, holidays are coming up. Okay. I need to know if you're going to be off schedule. All right. If there is a particular holiday you need to be in beforehand, because for some people, they hosted Thanksgiving and for others, they hosted Christmas. Most of the time, they did not need their pets done for both holidays. One was more important. For some people, it was New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
All right. So what was important to you so that I knew I could space out the appointments so that everybody was accommodated for. And we started that process around August. So they told me and I need to know by the end of September what your preference is, because I need time to back appointments and move things around. So for the most part, and that worked really well. I mean, sometimes someone said, "Oh my God, my mother-in-law is coming. She wasn't supposed to be coming. Is there any way?" And you know what? And for most people who holidays were not that important for it, and I knew who those were too. If the holiday is not important to you and you don't mind being moved around for somebody who that is, I also need to know that too, because then I would have a place to move people. So it's communication with your clients.
Yeah, set those early and still give yourself a day off.
Yeah, you work your days. Now, mobile, the issue can be snow before the holidays. I was fairly fortunate with very few exceptions. I think one or 2 or 3 years we had significant snow before Christmas, but for the most part, the snow really didn't happen until after the new year. January, February tended to be the really, really bad months. February being way worse than January or March. So there wasn't too much rescheduling because of weather, because that could very well be a factor. All right. My daughter's in New Hampshire. Okay. It's not even Thanksgiving. They already had snow.
It's there were some snow places this week.
All right. So making sure you have a day that you can reschedule. All right. So if you're not doing 12 dogs in one day to get them in for the holidays, and then you have to reschedule because of snow, where are you going to put 12 dogs? If you keep to a regular schedule, it is much easier to then maybe work one longer day to accommodate those, but it's not insanity.
And you know what? Here is a radical concept. You deserve to enjoy the holidays.
Yes.
You deserve to enjoy the holidays. This sounds like an oxymoron, but I'm going to work very hard to enjoy Thanksgiving and not make myself a nervous, absolute, miserable wreck.
And since I like to bake, so I get invited to parties because of my coconut pumpkin chiffon pie, my butter cookies, and the fact that I can make gravy. All right.
Mm.
That gets me my invitation. So like, I don't care about her, but she makes some pretty good cookies. So invite her. But that means there is a lot that goes into baking. There goes a lot into making the turkey dinner too. But you know what? There's a lot that goes into the baking. So if Thanksgiving falls on the Thursday, and I'm then going to be cooking all day Wednesday. All right. When is actually my time off?
Yeah. That's why I tend to take Black Friday off. It's not that I want to do the big shopping
Well, I
thing.
also didn't schedule up until the holiday. All right. Just in case it snowed. So for like
Yeah.
Thanksgiving on a Thursday, I would work up into the Monday. Okay.
Mhm.
That left Tuesday as a cushion if I needed it. All right. But I was not working Wednesday or Thursday. And the same thing with Christmas. I would stop working for Christmas around the 21st, left a couple of days. And for those that insisted, I said, the closer you are to Christmas, you're taking a chance that if bad weather comes in, I
Yeah.
cannot come to you. Right. And under one circumstance, I allowed somebody to come to my house because the van was parked in the driveway. So you come to my house then, but I am not taking this vehicle up on the road.
I would probably do that. I would
It
probably
was
do that.
not, it's nothing I offered to everybody. I offered it
Yeah.
to them, one particular person, because of course they had golden retrievers. What can I say?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
So know that weather could be a big factor in the holidays. Once the holidays were over and done with, I didn't care about who ended up being rescheduled because of the weather. It's the weather. Okay. If you're not going to go out on it, how do you expect me to get to go out in a rear-wheel drive vehicle.
Yeah. And that's an excellent tip because I always scheduled the 23rd, but I should probably not schedule the 23rd because there's no way I'm working on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. So I would stop on the 21st. That gave me 2 days, the 22nd and the 23rd, as a cushion.
Mm-hmm. For
Okay.
weather.
For weather. All right. And if I didn't need it, that was great. I had extra time off. But for the most part, I would be many times working up to the 23rd because of weather. But, I wasn't scheduling up to the 23rd, and then I had no place to put them because now there's Christmas Eve and Christmas Eve. I probably haven't even put my Christmas tree up yet.
That is what Black Friday is for. It is for decorating for Christmas.
Well, I'm going to be up in New Hampshire.
Well, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Of course, I got 4 little male dogs. So having the indoor toilet is not first time,
I will see your dogs and raise you cats. Cats and Christmas trees are kind of natural enemies because, see, you're just thinking about, are they going to drink out of the thing if it's
no, I'm going
a
to get an
real tree?
artificial tree. I'm going to get a fake tree. So I'm not going to have to worry about that.
Yeah, but cats don't give a fuck. Cats will be like, yeah, I'm knocking everything off and I'm climbing it. And I don't care if it's fake or not.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to, I might keep the Christmas tree here in my office. So I can close the door to it. Haven't quite decided on it, but we're going to get a Christmas tree, or I might put it into the spare bedroom. So we have it and it looks nice. And the dogs can't come in and go, oh, I don't have to go outside and go pee. There's a tree right here in the house.
It's a tree. You know what? Now that we have now that our downstairs is more organized, we'll have to have a discussion on whether or not we're gonna get a big tree and not just the little one we put on the mantle.
Yeah, I've seen. I guess if you want to have fun, Google Christmas tree and cats and see, and see some of the suggestions.
I've seen them like in a cage.
Yep.
I saw the one hanging from the ceiling.
Yep.
Yeah, my cats would just see that. No, I can't say my cats. Loki, my one cat Loki, would see that as a challenge.
All right, we should take our last commercial break.
Yeah, we should. Boom. That was enough of a break. That was enough of a break because people on YouTube don't want to see dead air. I have no idea what y'all want to see. I'll read Reddit stories next. That's what I watch on YouTube.
Okay. My husband loves YouTube. Loves. His current, is that he watches all the Karen videos.
I watched a great video on YouTube. Well, by the way, shout out to Man Shorts. They need to have a groomers edition, and I need to make that happen. But I saw a great video that my husband sent me the other day where a guy was riding a horse on the highway and the police stopped him. And I didn't know you're not allowed to pull over a horse because he was completely legal. And the cop was like, you can't be riding a horse on the highway. And the guy was like, yeah, I can. Go get a white shirt. Go get your supervisor. It was great. Did you know that?
Go get a white shirt.
You go get a white, like the supervisor, like somebody who wasn't in a uniform. That was funny. but this was in Illinois, and in most states it is completely legal for you to ride a horse on the highway as long as you're not like in the way, basically.
Okay, that means you're galloping at full speed?
No,
You can't
no,
go-
he was on the side.
Oh,
He
okay.
was on the side. He was in the
Breakdown lane?
yeah. Yeah. He was in the breakdown lane. So he was on the side, so he wasn't in anybody's way. And the cop tried to pull him over, and he's like, "No, I'm on my way to work. You can't pull me over. There's nothing to pull you've got no reason to pull me over. Pull over, pull over. Am I being detained? Yes, you're being detained. Okay, I'll pull over." But the cop was doing some dangerous stuff, like pulling in front of the horse. Like, you could hurt the horse that way. You could
Yes.
spook him. You could cause some injuries. And the guy was not happy.
I don't imagine he would be.
Guy was not happy. It's a great video. But
And he's also watching all the videos of the problems that people on the airlines.
oh,
I have to admit, they're kind of fun to watch. I'm not sure how much fun they would be if I was on that particular flight.
50-50. I don't know. It really depends on how bad it gets and what happens. I have told flight attendants, I'm like, I know things are rough out there. I'm in this seat. If you got to break out the zip ties, wake me up so I can watch. They're like, "Don't worry, we get you." Well, because I also handed them chocolate and I handed them candy. And I'm like, "Wake me up if there's zip ties."
Yeah. If there's entertainment on the flight that's not from the little TV in front of me, we need to be aware of that.
Yep. Oh, can I take a moment while we were mentioning that? When you're disembarking the plane, if you're all the way in the back of the plane, unless you have a connecting flight that you think you're going to be late for, wait your damn turn.
And if that's the case, tell the stewardess, the flight
Yes.
attendant. Did I just date
Yes.
myself?
Yeah, you did. Stewardess. Oh, you're going to get us canceled, Mary. You're
Okay.
going to get us canceled. We're
right,
on YouTube now. Oh.
Let the flight attendant know that. Because I
Yes.
have been on flights where people, the message came on, says we have a couple of passengers who have to make a connecting flight. Please sit and let them get off the plane. Let them know that.
Because I'm very patient, but it does kind of grind my gears when I see somebody who was like from 5 rows behind me and now are in front of me to get off the plane. I'm like, they're not going to take off again with you still on the plane, right? They're not going to do that. The plane hasn't even stopped. Just chill. People are stuck in this little tin can. Anyway.
All right.
Jeannie Weenie is fun too.
Okay.
She was a flight attendant for a while, so she does travel tips and funny videos.
Jeannie Weenie?
Jeannie Weenie is the name of her channel.
And with a J or a G?
J. She worked for Emirates for years.
Jeannie Weenie. Apparently she has a net worth.
I'm not surprised.
So we have Instagram, Jeannie Weenie YouTube. Okay, good to know.
And technically everyone has a net worth. Just because mine's about $50 right now doesn't mean I don't have a net worth too, God damn it.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, good
All
Lord.
right. Okay, so on that note,
it's been about our hour. We got our commercial break and I was saving it for the end. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with us. This is episode number 188, recorded on 11/16, and will most likely be airing on 11, that's November 30th. Unless Mary gets her way. If Mary gets her way,
No. If Chris gets me the video in time,
the
okay?
audio.
Audio in time. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So this is totally on her.
You say that on camera.
Yes. So
But
as
if any of us,
long
if
as she
any,
gets it to me
uh-huh,
on Sunday,
by 9 o'clock your time,
I'm in bed at 9 o'clock. Why don't we make
You-
it 8 o'clock?
no, you can't move the benchmark. You can't move the benchmark.
Do you
You
want
said,
it up? Do you want
you
it?
said,
But
I
do
have
you
tape.
want it up? Yes or no?
Fine. I just want to know, now there are witnesses, you moved the benchmark, because I said clearly by 11:50 my
All right.
time. That is
And you're-
8:50 your time.
You are well aware that I am not stay up that late.
That I am not. I've gotten messages from you late.
Okay.
I mean, they were not business related. They were probably scrolling Facebook related.
Okay, I cannot put up an episode via my phone. It's got to be via the computer. Okay.
Okay. Right.
All
8 o'clock.
So if there was not an
your
episode on
time.
Thanksgiving, just know Chris did not get it to you in time.
We'll see by 8 p.m. your time. That's 11 my time. I think I can handle that.
Okay.
All righty. Challenge on.
Okay. Good night, Chris.
Good night, Mary, and safe travels, everybody.